Hello friends, this is Amit Gupta, General Manager Sales. We are a property consulting firm based out of Gurgaon and my company name is Landbase Pvt Ltd. As far as the budget is concerned, I would like to highlight on few points. One is with the introduction of single window clearance, the indirect charges that builder were paying to the extent of 40 to 45% will be reduced, and this will bring down the price of the overall product, and at the end of the day the end user will be benefited. Second is, as the interest rate is reduced to the major extent, say 6.5% or 7%, so the end user would be more comfortable in buying a property at the cheaper price. Third point, which is the most important point, real estate now comes under infrastructure category. This will going to benefit the developers more, as funding would be available at a low rate of interest at every stage of construction. Now the builders would be able to deliver the project on time, and this is going to benefit to all the end users as well as the developers. So in totality, I would say I am quite okay and comfortable and convinced with the budget. So now when you say that cash transaction cannot happen more than 3 lakh rupees, I would say it's a positive step forward, and it will create transparency and bring faith and trust into people. But at the same time, I would say the secondary market is going to get impacted. Why so? Because over the last decade, property prices have increased a lot, and the appreciation amount that was being paid as a cash, so the cash transactions was happening. But when the cash flow is not available, probably the transactions will be lesser, so secondary market, kind of little be in a dicey mode. First of all, you need to understand what is property capital gain tax. Once you hold a property for a certain period of time, initially it was 3 years and 30%, now it is 2 years and 25%. Either you buy a ready to move in property, you don't have to pay any tax, or if you keep the funds with yourself for your self disposal, you end up paying 25% of the taxes. So I would say that ready to move in properties will always be in demand. This budget has covered most of the points though. And if you ask me my expectation, as I belong to this industry, I witness there's a huge gap between the circle rate and the actual price of the product. So I think that government should have taken some steps to minimize the difference, because once the difference is less, it would enable the individual to make more transactions more easily in the absence of cash flow. So I guess the circle rate should have been increased. Otherwise, it looks okay to me. Thank you so much friends for taking time and listening to me.